About a year ago, I tested the BMW all-electric scooter with the code CE04. Now that was huge fun for me. It was an awesome experience. The technology, the quirks, I mean the electric technology, even in the cars when I tested the iX40, that instant torque from 0 RPMs all the way up, that pull is unbelievable, and it's huge amounts of fun. The quirks on the CE04, like when putting out the side stand and the handbrake pulls up, it doesn't roll forward, the reverse gear, I mean, it is a lot of fun, and the technology, it's advancing so fast, so it was an experience of note. So for us old school bikers, maybe, you know, we don't really like that because we believe loud pipes save lives. We like when we lane split to blip the throttle so people know you're there, you're coming, keep an eye out for you. But kudos to BMW for sticking with the technology. Here behind me is the 2024 electric, BMW doesn't want to call it a scooter, so they call it an eParkourer. In my opinion, if I look at it, it looks like a concept bike. It reminds me a lot of the Honda monkey bike. Also in the 70s and 80s, we had a lot of these crossover bicycle motorcycle called moped or Morpha in Germany. And it's really cool, it's funky, it's eye-catching, it's playful. So I think it appeals to the younger generation, and BMW is sticking with the technology. So I'm really excited to see and play with it, see what it's like, this bike, because even for myself as an old school rider, this is something I could see in the garage, to go hop down to the mate's house or go down to the shops and get a bottle of milk or something like that. Just something fun to hop on and go. Back in the day, we had to pedal, we had to kickstart, we had to get the carbs going so the thing would idle. So this is one of those just jump on and go type of bikes. So for me, eye-catching, playful. I had lots of fun on the bigger sibling, the CE04. So coming out with the CE02 this year, I had to ask BMW, let me go on and ride and review this thing. So in this episode, I'm going to go through the specs of the bike and then go and ride and let you know what I think of it. Starting the story off at the beginning, BMW filed for the CE04 trademark in the September of 2020 as the maxi scooter. Now a year later, they released the concept of this smaller brother, the CE02, as a mini motorcycle, targeting the Honda Monkey and the Grom, and it was finally launched this year in 2024 in the market. Now, as I mentioned before, it does still look like a little bit of a concept bike, but this is the production motorcycle. Playful, eye-catching, electric moped if you want to call it, and full urban mobility, electric mobility. Colors, you have the two options for now. This one in the Cosmic Black, which is Cosmic Black paint all round, black seat, and the Granite Grey. The other one is the more extrovert one. It's the Cosmic Black 2. It's the tricolor with the gold forks. In my opinion, the prettier of the two, and that is the Highline. Comes with the third rider mode and the quick charger. Now, looking at the engine specs, the engine is rated at an output of 11 kilowatt, which is 15 horsepower at 5,000 RPM. But this battery technology, this is where it lies. Maximum torque is a massive 55 Newton meters at 1,000 RPM. And for something as tiny as this, 55 Newton meter is quite perky. And we're going to go for the ride now. Now, there are two options, a single battery and a two battery. Here in South Africa, we only have the two battery version, 48 volt. Now, charging time from 0 to 80% is just over 3 hours. Charging capacity, you have the smaller one, the 900 watt, and the optional quick charger at 1.5 kilowatt with the Highline, or as an option. And the charging technology is based all on only single phase for now. So it's really cool, from your house, single phase. Final drive being belt drive. Double loop frame, suspension in front, the upside down forks, with a travel of 120mm in front, and at the back, cool looking offset on the side, suspension, adjustable shock absorber with 56mm travel. Now the wheels are 14-inch front and back, with these solid aluminium cast wheels, as you can see, 14-inch, shot with a monster 120 at the back, at the front, sorry, and a 150 at the back. It looks super cool, makes it look fun and hip, and maybe that is what gives it that look of the Honda Monkey. When you talk brakes, full hydraulic, ABS only up front, single disc in front, 239mm 2-piston floating caliper, and when you go to the back, you also have a single disc 220mm with a single piston floating caliper. Here you can see the belt drive and the single shock. The seat height is a low 750mm. Yes, you do get a comfort seat because that is a little bit firm, but still funky. It's all about good looks here. The dry weight is a low 132 kilos. For a moped, you say it's quite heavy, but battery technology is a little bit heavy. Low center of gravity, the two batteries sit over here. Now, again, electronics, I spoke about ABS in front. You get with this one standard 2 rider modes. You get flow and surf. Flow meaning maximum regenerative braking. Surf offers a sharper throttle response, more sportier. Now if you go for the Highline, you get a third rider mode called Flash. It's the sportiest of the lot, and the Highline also offers you the upgraded fast charger 1.5 kilowatt. Now if you just hear the names, in the R18 you had the rock and roll, funky, and here you have flow, surf and flash. So that gives you that younger generation, not the rock and roll. Flow, surf, flash, it's the skateboarder, the surfer boy, and that. So that tells me where they're targeting this at. When you look at the electronics on the TFT, it sounds small at 3.5 inch, which is 89mm, but it is pretty comprehensive, and it tells you what you need to know all about it. It is quite clear. Down here you've got a USB port, and you have the Bluetooth interface, so you can put your smartphone over here and integrate that with navigation. Other cool features on this bike would be keyless start. You have the reverse assist. You can reverse like you had on the CE04. All LED lighting with its brake light indicators. You even have daytime riding light. It looks fantastic. The Highline adds heated grips. This has the button up here, but not wired up. So a couple of cool features with the Highline: heated grips, the fast charger, the better color scheme, and the third rider mode. Accessories you get from BMW, you have luggage carriers, 29-liter top case at the back, side bags in various sizes. I think it was 16 liters to 60 liters. You have the screen options in front and a comfort seat. So that's about it. Maybe just to recap, you have got 11 kilowatts, 15 horsepower maximum power here. Your range is one of the limiting factors, 50 to 55 kilometers. Charging time limiting a bit at 3 hours, but you've got a maximum speed of between 90 and 100 kilometers an hour. 0 to 50 comes up in 3 seconds, so you won't be an obstacle. Those are the pros on this motorcycle, and this being the 2 battery version is the 15 horsepower. So we're going to play with that thing. Your technology, your rider modes, all standard on this one. Your suspension, last thing here is your charging point. This is where you're going to charge, and single phase from your normal port in the house. So all round super cool little funky scooter. We're going to go ride for it. Obviously I can't do a sound check on it because there is no sound, but I'm sure you'll hear that little whine of the electric motor and that seamless gearbox just pulling seamlessly. I will show you both option on the foot peg that you can use as a rider, more sportier feel, more relaxed. And with that seat, it's not the comfy seat. Tall guy like myself, 6 foot, you might have to be a really close mate or your girlfriend as a pillion rider, but you have the grab handles. All round cool feature. Let's jump on and go for the ride.
sitting on the motorcycle, just having a look at the position of the foot pegs. Now, if I'm sitting here at my 6-foot frame, you can see my feet are properly bent, feet flat on the floor. If I put my foot on the front peg, you can see it's a mid-mount. I'm sitting quite far back, and that's why I say, if you're this size, my size, and you have a pillion, you're going to have to really be far forward, or else be really close, like a girlfriend at the back. Now, if you use the peg at the back, you have a sporty, like an S1000 feel, where your heels are under your bum. Sporty feel. So even as a rider, you can use both pegs. And here is how it works. Your keyless start, your key over here, so technology is with it. Just put that in the pocket and push this button to fire her up. Now that'll ignite your TFT. Everything comes alive. And here we go. It tells us 19 kilometer range is left. That's a limiting factor. We have played a little bit. You have this side no clutch, it's your rear brake, and your front brake over here. Easy to lock up the back. It is fun. No ABS at the back, so if you're riding and playing, it is fun. It's not a negative for a rider like myself, but for the over safety conscious, maybe a negative. You pull one of the two brakes in, push the start button, and you will see the TFT come up with ready, and then you have to pay attention. You just pull the throttle, there's no sound, but you move forward. Now if you want to go back, you have your button up here that says R. You just push that in. It tells you ready and R, and when you open the throttle, you just move backwards. Let go of the R, and off you go to the front. Now you see everything over here. Your rider mode is down here, the button is down there, and you see it's surf and flow. So we're going to try them both out. Here's your heated grips, not wired up. This is to unlock your seat and show the batteries. Let's just ride. As you can hear, no sound. You just have that little whine or whirl from the electric motor. The pull off is quite nice. This surf, I think I am in the mode I'm in. Yes, surf doesn't have that regenerative power. It does take a bit of getting used to, because you naturally want to pull in clutch, you naturally want to clip a gear, speed bumps. The suspension is proper, and here the speed in kilometers per hour, 60, easy to come up. We're going to test her a little bit. I am still a little bit nervous going on the highway, the top speed being 90 to 100, but maybe we'll just be bold enough and test her out. We have to test it. I just don't like being an obstacle. Comfortable. Ergonomics, I must say, is comfortable. You can move forward and back on the seat. I've got ample space. I prefer to slide back quite a bit, and for comfort, using the front pegs. It is extremely comfortable. Sporty if I'm gonna see if I'm gonna scrape foot pegs. I'm not there yet. Bit of a novice with this bike yet, but sitting comfortably. The seat is firm. Initially I thought the squareness of the seat is a problem. The brakes are firm, really responsive. So for this little scooter, the back brakes are very strong to assist the front. It's all very cool. Just have to switch the mind into a little bit of this electric technology. There's nothing, you think you've stalled the bike. There's no vibration, it's not rumbling or anything. It's just ultra quiet. You can hear the wind, you can hear the other cars, but the slightest of throttle, the response is power. I'm going to do a hectic pull-off in surf, I think it is. And you can see over here the blue bar tells you whether you're taking power or regenerating power. Here we go. Open all the way. You can see power is at a max over here. It is not scary in any way, but I'm definitely leaving cars behind in my wake. Day-to-day commuting, definitely not going to be an obstacle. Also, size of this eParkourer, initially in the dealership standing next to GS's 1250s, 1300, you do think it's a little bit small for traffic, day-to-day traffic, and that's where it reminded me of this Honda Monkey. However, when you're in traffic like this, it's not bad at all. lane splitting. It is obviously tiny enough. The only thing here, you got to pay attention. They can't hear you. You got to pay attention that they see you. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into the next rider mode. We're in surf. Now I'm in flow. Okay, flow. You can see the power is that blue bar. If I let go, it's going to the left, which means regenerating. So I think there you can regenerate, harvest a bit of power and assist your range a little bit. But I do think this might be a little bit stronger on pull-off. So let's test that. Standing at the traffic light, and we'll give it full taps on pull-off. You see 50s up already, 60s up already, and 70s here, and next traffic light. So plenty power, nothing to complain about. I wouldn't mind testing flash if that's even more, but you can see clearly here the blue bar, maximum load over here, and I let go and it goes all the way to the left, regenerating. It is cool, and no problem. The speed is sufficient, the handling is sublime. It feels super light with these small wheels. It's nimble, it's flickable. It's really the high handlebars, you are comfortable. It's just all round so different to anything else we ride. There's no vibrations to speak of, that seamless pulling, just a little whine of the electric motor. Maybe not for everybody. This is not something you go on a weekend warrior ride. You're not going to go on the track day, you're not going to go touring, but just as a urban mobility, as you want to call it. You plug it in overnight, you go to sleep, next morning you hop on, you shoot off to work, you go home, go to the shops, no kickstart, no balancing carburetors, no oil leaks. It's just one of those carefree. Its belt, there's no chain loop, nothing like that. It's a carefree hop on and go from A to B, and you're just independent. And super small little thing, can stand next to a motor car in a garage. It does look funky, looks cutting edge, and I love the fact that BMW is bold enough to launch things like that, to give us things like this. And I mean, if I was a teenager and wanted a moped, this is definitely cool. Pricing is a con. I think it's a negative. You have pros and cons, like I said. For me, the only three negatives on this scooter would definitely only be your, obviously, pricing first, because if it was something really nice and cheap, me loving everything on two wheels, I'd put it in the garage. But pricing is a little bit on the hectic side, especially aiming it at the younger generation. Then the range of 50 kilometers or just over 50 is a little bit lean. Here in South Africa we do longer distances. And the last one is the charging of 3 hours. So those are the three negatives. On the plus side, you have the looks. Really, I think it's cool, it's funky, and it's hip, and it's playful, naughty, everything. On a plus, the technology, it's fun, it's clean, it's carefree. It has everything. It has the rider aids, it has the technology. Now I'm going onto the highway. As you can see, I can actually overtake on the inside. I didn't want to go around the outside because speed limit here is 120. I'm at 75, joining the flow of traffic, and just want to see what it works like. So a lot of pluses to this motorcycle. How do you fault a motorcycle like this? When it comes to cutting edge, it is cutting edge. When it comes to technology, it has all the technology, has the rider aids, has the safety, has the good looks. It does everything you want it to do. It has the German build quality. I mean, it is a BMW. Nothing to fault there. As I say, the three things that would be a negative for me: range, charging, price. So cool. Otherwise, here I'm doing 98 kilometers an hour, 99, and 100 has come up. So the first spec sheets I looked at said top speed is 100, Here we're at 102. There's no wind resistance. I can't tuck in, I can't do anything other than sit up, whack the throttle all the way. You can see one hand. It is just carefree riding. Now my final thoughts on the scooter is absolutely funky, hip and happening, fun to ride, technology's there, rider aids, ABS, rider modes, German build quality. In short, it's all there. The limiting factors are, as we all know it, from EV technology. The technology is in its early stages, so it isn't expensive technology. The range, whether car, motorcycle, whatever, is the limiting factor, and the charge time. With a petrol driven vehicle, you just go to the petrol station, top it up quickly, and off you go, and your range is, depending if you're riding a diesel or whatever, you get up to 1,000 kilometers. Now here you're talking on a little urban mobility scooter, 50 is the range. So those are your only drawbacks. If you just commuting small distance or moving around town, this is a fantastic scooter for you. You see here I'm off the highway, it's given me full power again, I can go full taps again, and just all round a fantastic little scooter. Looks brilliant, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short little review and ride with me on the BMW eParkourer 2024 CE02. If you enjoyed the episode, remember, like always, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, and most important of all, guys, please hit that subscribe button to help me build the channel. And if you like, the reminder bell so you always know when I'm uploading something new.